In a place called St. Little Bean of the Pot, many children live, and today I want to introduce you to 4 of them. 1. Arosita, Pedro, and Radio Chispita. With them we did a small experiment.
First we placed some fruits. Then we asked each of them to order them according to their criteria. The first to do it was Juan. He ordered them in relation to their size. Arosita was next. She ordered them alphabetically. It was Pedro's turn. He ordered them by their hardness, from the softest to the hardest. Finally, it was his turn. Turn to Radio Chispita. She ordered them by grouping them by their colors.
Each one ordered the same series of objects. By size, alphabetically, by hardness, or by colors. But each one in a different way. But why did everyone do it differently? How else can it be ordered? There are many different ways to organize a series of objects, because at the end of the day, order is an idea related to harmony, and leaving each object or element in its corresponding place, according to that idea. So, since we don't all think the same way, there will be many different ways of thinking and ordering. And that is the main objective of mathematics. Order to create harmony. If the basic thing in mathematics is ordering, the first thing we should study. This is what happens when you try to organize things, objects, or elements. What idea do you have to organize these elements? How would you order them? When ordering, you can leave them all together, using a common quality. This can be the size, the alphabet, the weight, etc.
But, when the elements to be sorted are very different, they can be separated or divided according to their characteristics.
Here we have separated them into animals, musical instruments, tools, and fruits. In this way groups and sets emerge. You should always keep this in mind when studying mathematics. Order, elements, and sets. Now to make it easier to understand the relationship between these three things, think about sets or groups, like the frames we use for photographs or paintings. Only here we will use it for another purpose. You don't have to always imagine them square. But, you do have to take into account that the sets have one or more rules that make them different from the others. The name of a set depends on the elements that make it up. Observe. Here we have the set of airplanes, letters, numbers, guitars, and erasers. There are also sets with a single element, unitary sets, those that have no elements, empty sets, and those that have infinite elements, infinite sets. On the contrary, it may also be the case that a group or set already exists and that for an element to enter it, it must meet some established requirement or rule. Observe all the musical instruments. Let's see who can enter and who can't. The trumpet, yes, the keyboard and the guitar too. When we look closely, we realize that the chainsaw cannot enter the set of musical instruments. The chainsaw will continue to be an element, but it must be part of another set. Now look at the musical instruments set. By ordering it, we can form several subsets. There are the guitars, trumpets, keyboards, and drums. Subsets are the divisions within a set. Even so, each element still belongs to the same set.
Now, basically 3 things can happen to sets. Let the set increase its number of elements. We will call this addition. Let the set reduce its number of elements. We will call this subtraction. Let the whole remain the same.
Please watch the second part to finish the topic.